Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Deep South Connect, it's all about respect. Welcome back to the channel, it's your boy Luke D. So one of the things that we want to do on the channel is push local business, but not just local business that supports entrepreneurs within the communities in our area. We're at Precious Cargo. Let's have a look. Deep South Connect, it's all about respect.
Yep.
I'm with local business owner who I've known since I was a lightie. This lady is the OG of the Deep South. She has been repping Deep South since day one. We're on Emma Farm at Precious Cargo. Welcome to Alison, known as the Wireless Cargo, the Vibe Merchant. What else do they call you?
LEG.
LEG, bro. LEG in the house. Well, we in her house. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming, Luke.
So, you've been doing this now. You've had this business for 20 years. How did you start? How did you maintain it for that long?
Okay, it was reinventing myself, having a daughter, having only 75 rand, wanting to be local instead of work, doing music away from like home. So that's how I started the shop, and I started like sewing, making babies' hats so that my daughter could go to school behind in the forest here and walk here, and it grew from there. As she grew up, that was 20 years ago, slowly the whole store grew up, and I got to know people in the Deep South, which have been an absolute blessing. And I pride myself to look at the shop that 80% of the shop is locally made, you know?
That is fire. So that's one of the things I want to ask you about, because I know you've always been passionate about the Deep South. You're passionate about Ocean View. You're passionate about Masipumalele. You're from Scarborough, so you're obviously passionate about that area as well. So much of the stuff in your shop is made by people in Masipumalele, Ocean View. Why do you feel it's important? Because it is important. We're so dependent on supply chains and things like that in this modern world that we've lost touch of the idea of supporting local people in your community. But you've done that from beginning to now.
Yes, you know, being like actually at Imhoff, it's at the centre of like all of it. There's Ocean View, Massey, Scarborough, Komriki, Fishhook, and people have found me as well as I found them. Okay, these are crocheted cotton scarves that are made by a lady that was teaching. They can't teach through everything right now, she can't teach, so she crochets for me. She made these beautiful scarves, these beautiful bags, because we work together. We talk about what's happening. This is a happy hippie shop, what can fit in. So she made these bags for me. These are beautiful signs made by Mzansi in Massey. Shine, it seemed to fit with that. And beautiful tie-dyed skirts from some lovely hippie ladies in Muizenberg. Some beautiful more crocheting by some elderly ladies in Fishhook. The frog, you know, the frog brings you a bit of money.
So guys, one of the things that I know Alison is super passionate about is music. Alison has been involved in the South African and especially the Cape Town music scene since before I was born. So Alison, can you tell us a little bit about your history with music in South Africa, especially in the Deep South, and also some of the local music you have here?
Well, it started a long time ago, Luke. It started my first weekend out of Matric when I organised 5 bands on a farm in Philippi. And it grew from there. You know, I went up to Joburg and I worked at making music there. Then I came down to Cape Town and I reinvented myself, looked at Cape Town and thought, yo, how did these hippies survive? As you can see, I became one of them, but I was missing the music. So I started looking around me at venues around me and the bands I knew from Joburg and the Cape Town bands, and I started booking bands, and booking events, and the fire inside my life started coming alive again for local music. And there's so much talent here in the Deep South. There's so much talent. I mean, as we know, just in Komaki alone, we've got 2 of the biggest artists in the world that live there. And Shoreline songs, they're local. These are all local bands that have all played at Camel Rock. It's CDs, even though people say CDs aren't in anymore, it's merchandise that they sell at like gigs, so it's cash flow, you know. So once they've played there, I sell their CDs here. And what can I say, music is the soundtrack of my life.
Okay. And how do you feel the digital age has changed? Because now we're in 2021, the world is in chaos, everything's online. How has the digital age changed music? For someone like you who's watched it from early days till now with the internet.
It's exciting, hey? It's given us more opportunity to reach a wider audience, and I think maybe some of the older musicians are just learning how to use it now, but it's very exciting. I love the digital age, and I love how it's opened up music. So if you play in the Deep South and you film something, it can be seen from Australia to Iceland to Egypt.
So I love that. I love that positivity, for real. Let's talk a little bit about Ocean View, because you've worked with so many different people in Ocean View. You've done music in Ocean View. You've been part of the murals that have been happening there. I saw you at RTM Fest filming the stage show and in the crowd with the camera filming. Why is Ocean View so special to you?
Ocean View's got a special place in my heart, you know, and it's also a story that I discovered after my mom's death, that my family were classified white. When Verwoerd declared apartheid, my family could choose whether they wanted to be white or coloured. And because we were lighter skin coloured, my dad's dad, my grandpa, chose to be classified white. And he grew up in Woodstock, and the rest of my cousins grew up in District 6 until they were forcibly removed. So I think that's had like something to do living in Scarborough, living close to Ocean View. That had a lot to do with my wanting to connect with roots, you know, after having white privilege. And some very special people in Ocean View that I met, that I just wanted to work with, that came to visit me because they were across the road, and it's got like more and more connected, and I felt so much love from Ovi, you know. And I'm blessed, I'm blessed to have like Ovi close to my heart.
Respect. And Massey, if you can say, because I know you've got a lot of family in Massey as well.
Yeah,
people
I
like
do.
Sister Yandi and
and we all like work together, you know. I work with Sitbata as well, which has got connections with Massey and Mzansi. You know, I always did the face painting and worked with Yandi doing that. And I actually feel very blessed to have that crossover between Massey and Ocean View, you know. And I don't know what to say. Actually, I'm very grateful for it all. I'm grateful for this Deep South, because we have an opportunity here that we can stand together and show the rest of Cape Town.
Preach it.
During this first lockdown, I'd never seen this place work together, like people from Komaki working with people from Ovi, finding out. Like I told a lot of people, you must see how amazing things that happen in Ovi. And it took a lockdown, people started working together from Komaki and Ovi, and they were working together, Massey, and everyone was working together. It's like a lockdown brought us all together, got us locked in to each other's lives and finding out about each other's lives.
That's fire. It's so fire, bro. Deep South for life, honestly. Like, I've realized recently in the last few years, like, bro, like, we're sleeping on our own area. The Deep South is the best place on earth, bro.
Yeah, from Red Hill to Fishhook.
Straight up.
It's rocks.
Masipumalele, Ocean View, Fishhook, Sun Valley, Simonstown.
The hippies in Ferry know as well,
Ferry,
you know.
Capri, Scarborough. Literally, the whole of the Deep South is just fire, bro. And we got the potential to unite and not let things that are happening outside affect the unity that we have here.
We've got everything here, huh? We've got everything. We've got the sea, we've got the mountain, and we've got the colour of a variety of peoples. You know, there's been beautiful people. They've made their homes in Massey, from Zimbabwe and Malawi. That I can tell you that when I started the shop, if it wasn't for some of those people working with them, you know, they gave me the most beautiful stock, and they trusted me with their stock, and I got to know them, and it just like it grew and grew and grew, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been an absolute blessing. Yeah.
Respect.